Hey, welcome to today's edition of the Success Principles for Housewives and Stay-at-Home Parents. My name is Dr. Mrs. Blessing Ishamo. I help married couples enjoy sex, enjoy life, have a balance with family life and work. I also connect people, so if you reach out to me and what I have is not a good fit, I would connect you with someone that can help you out. Today we are looking at day 42. Ooh, ooh. Wow, of the Success Principles by Jack Canfield. So I'm really excited that we've come this far, and we are looking at different ways, tips to help you focus on doing what you love to do and excelling. Our goal this year is that 1,000 people would achieve their goal. One thing that you do and you say, this is what I achieved, either financially or family wise, any of those. So today we want to look at a topic that is one that I have struggled with for a long time. Just say no. That's the success principle for today. Just say no. You should not let yourself be terrorized. See, the word there is let. Do not let yourself, do not allow yourself to be terrorized by the expectations that people have of you. You know, when everybody wants a piece of you, that's actually the opening phrase or quote by Sue Patton in that particular principle. So you get the book and read the Success Principles by Jack Canfield. I can assure you it will transform your life. This is I've shown us before. This is like the audio version of it. I have the book, I have the audio version. I'm a certified trainer of the Success Principles. I love his work. It's really transformational. I've worked with people and seen transformation, seen how they've moved from where they were to where they want to be as at that time, and they are moving on to other things. So I'm really grateful. So today, for all those that it's really hard to say no, this principle, this session is for you. We are all drawn to different things. We are living in a world that is competitive and overstimulating. So many things needing your attention. Your family, extended family, workplace. You know, those days, I don't know, for some women you can relate. Someone just calls you up and say, let's go to the market. And you leave what you're supposed to do and you are off to the market. Another person calls, there's a wedding, there is a naming ceremony. Another person calls, someone is in the office, is supposed to get a particular email or memorandum or something, paper done, and because of the person's lack of preparation, it spills over, and you are the one always trying to quench fires, trying to get everything together, and you are not saying what you want to. You don't have time for the things you want to do because you're busy trying to take care of other people's needs. So you know, there's this work by Gretchen Rubin, the 4 tendencies, and she was talking about 4 different ways people can react or respond to expectations. We have the upholder, the questioner, the obliger, and the rebel. So the upholder, these are people that respond to outer expectations, you know, what people expect of them, and inner expectations, what they expect of themselves, very well. And then the questioners are those that only do things that make sense to them, so they respond to inner expectations. And then you have the obliger. These are those who would respond to outer expectations but would struggle with doing the things they want to do. And then you have the rebels that would not respond to either outer or inner expectations. They believe in free, wanting to have their freedom. You're not the boss of them. They do what they want to do. I'm actually in that class. So this area of just say no, you would find a lot of times the obligers, those who they want to please, want to, you know, look good and make sure everything is okay outward, or they just feel like it's on them to do it because they were asked to do. They struggle with this no. They don't know how to say no, and it can really, you know, affect their relationship, business. It's not like others don't struggle with it. I don't think questioners struggle with saying no. They tell you no. They tell you no. In fact, no might be the first language. They tell you no. Upholders, they also would say no if it's not what they want to do. But you see, obligers and sometimes rebels, they struggle with the no thing, because many times the rebel and the obliger, they overlap in their preferences, sort of. So if you are in that zone where you are overwhelmed, especially for the obliger, they get so stressed out that sometimes it turns to being resentful, and then they get into the obliger rebellion phase where they say, I'm done. You know, they just get out, and you are shocked. This is a nice person, easy going, he's doing everything. How is it that he suddenly became so angry? Because the person suddenly feels used, suddenly he's saying yes, yes, yes to everybody, and he just collapses under the weight of yes. Okay, so you need to start looking at all the things that you are doing and all the people you're saying yes to. I catch myself still. I've improved, but I still catch myself, you know, falling into this trap of always saying yes. The first experience I had was in my first network marketing company with my team member. So I had this amazing lady that was in my team, and I noticed that while I would say yes to everything, she was an upholder. She is an upholder. As I think through now, I just realized that's who she is. She gets things done, but it has to be what she wants to do. And she is focused, laser focused. So if there's a phone call and she looks at it at that time, it is not what she wants to do, she's not picking that call. Bless the Shomo cannot do that. I want to pick the call. When you open your phone and you see a lot of WhatsApp messages, you are in this group, you are in this group, you are in this group, you may use 30 to 1 hour trying to respond or check what is on your WhatsApp. Time, and then you don't have time to do the things you want to do. So when I noticed the way she could be in the house and busy trying to focus on something, and someone is at the door, someone needs her attention, and she asks what is all about, and it is not in line with what she's doing, that person needs to wait. I could not, but I learned a lot from her. I learned that you need to be comfortable with saying no. Oh my goodness, she would say no to you and would say, oh, I'm so sorry, please, I hope you understand, there's something I need to do now. Those days I would say yes and then get into trouble at home. So for those of us that are in that struggle, you know, you say yes even when you, thank you so much, Alex, you say yes when you really want to say no. Now listen, you need to understand that it is you that is having that mindset of, what are they going to feel like? How am I going to go about it? You are the one making all that interpretation. So like Jack Canfield suggested, you should have, just as you have a to-do list, you should have a not to-do list. Okay, so you have a to-do list, also have a not to-do list. There are things that you would decide that these are time wasting, these are things that would take, Because for everything you say, for whatever you say yes to, you are saying no to another thing. That's what you need to understand. So the not to do list, like he wrote on his own, he said he will never give his car to anyone for any reason. Like, oh, please, I will need to borrow your car to drive it somewhere. He will never do that. He said he would never lend money to anybody. He is not a bank. Wow, that hit me really hard. And then he put down some things that he would never do. Never do. Not to do list. And then in business, he said, I would not book more than 5, programs in a month. So things that will not stretch him, overstretch him, things that will not hurt his family. There was this one I saw there that I said, oh my goodness, because we have it in our home. We have our family night. And he said, I will not book any business appointments on Fridays because it's our family night. Wow. Not to do lists. You can be sure we're upgrading that not to do list. So what would be your not to do list? The things that you would say to someone, I'm sorry, I won't be able to do it for the fact that this is what I'm doing right now. Now, if you look at people who, we talked some 2-3 principles before now. We're talking about how you delegate. You don't just only delegate, you also eliminate things that you can give to someone to do, yes, and things that are no longer serving you, stop doing them. This issue of you need to go through all your WhatsApp, some people will have up to 100, 200, and they are just taking. Some people, their emails, the life we live now is such that people want you to answer now. They send you the mail, they expect you should respond immediately. They have access to your phone numbers, they call. If you know these things are becoming a tight, like stressful, have like an office number and have like a house number. Do not give out your direct line if the burden or the load is much. And if you do have, you could get another line and, reduce that space of people having that immediate access, to you. These are different ways. When somebody says, we need you on this committee, we need you, recently I turned down something I would have loved to, do, yet the time, it was a bit choking and we weren't able to come to terms, and I let it go. So there are things that you should begin to let go. Okay, so look at your phone. Are you someone that is, you are kind of like oh my goodness, you are stuck with the phone always. Some people, their neck and different places, they are just glued to the phone. Some 2 days or so ago, there was an issue with Facebook, Messenger, WhatsApp, and Instagram, and some people literally were panicking. So you need to reassess, just check through, and is this taking, your family time? Is this making you become like you are cut off from the things that matter to you? Reassess it and look for accountability. Look for ways. Start sharing. Speak up. When it's time for family time, drop the phone. Put it off. Nobody's going to die. Because that's where we are right now. A lot of people cannot live without their phones. A lot of people they are drawn. And you know that thing where first thing in the morning you pick this phone and then you see something and it takes, your day just starts going the wrong way. So this first thing in the morning might be on your not to do list. To just grab your phone as the first thing you do should be on your not to do list. And if you're using your phone for your Bible, for your alarm and all those things, you need to start thinking of other ways, other things you can use so that you break that cycle. So the cycle of wanting to grab the phone is the cue. So instead of grabbing the phone, remember we talked about the power of habit. Instead of grabbing the phone, you grab an iPad, or you grab something else, or you grab your Bible or something else, or your pen and paper, and then the routine is changed. Thank you so much. And then the routine is changed to doing what you want to do. You know, before, the first thing you grab this, which is the cue, the trigger, you grab it, and then you check. And as you are checking, you are derailed. You might even see something on politics pop up, and before you know it, your day is just not how you planned it. So that routine of checking, you can, you know, when you grab the phone, thank you so much, you, instead of the phone now, you grab the Bible, or you grab your journaling book, or something that would help you organize your day. And then that's the routine. And then the reward is you know, you took care of boredom, or you took care of wanting to know things. Because really, when you see people on their phones, it's not just because they want to be on their phones. There is a craving. The craving of it's either I'm bored, so they pick the phone, and then they go through the scrolling, and then they feel very satisfied. So the cue is there, the reward is there, it is the routine. So you can always play with that routine, change it to something that would serve you. So now, if somebody says to you, we need you on this board, or we need you to come speak to our group, or we need you to do this or do that, and it is not, it is going to displace something that you want to do. Say, let's take the example of the family night, and that's the only time the program, they want to put that program. You could say, you know, my saying no to your proposal or to your request is not about you or about the program. The program is nice, and I appreciate you for thinking about me, but it's about me, it's about my family, it's about something that we've already planned. I am so sorry, but I would let this pass. So some other time, you know, I used to have some wonderful people come up to me, you know, like big sis, and say, please, we need you to talk to the youth, we need you to do this. Before now, it would be like, I have some things doing and just have to. But now I tell them, if you don't give me 2 weeks notice, and if you don't tell me ahead of time, nah. And guess what? They now know that you just need to do it this way to be able to get Dr. B to be part of it. So what is that thing you would do to help you say no? And when you say no, you say it politely, not please, 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 I have my own things I'm doing. Oh no, you don't do that. And you make the person understand that it's not about them. It's for the fact that something else is taking up that space, and you want to honor that. You know, some people may not be happy with you, but you would live with it. But let me tell you, more and more people would respect you. People would look out for, you know, they would start asking you, is this a good time? I know you are busy. I know you have things doing. Can we look at this? People begin to respect you when you start setting boundaries, and you also feel happy and freer, and you serve better. It will not be nice when you say you want to, you say yes to something, but you are now grudgingly doing it. Oh my goodness, my big mentor, big brother. Hey, Alton Patterson, I salute. Thank you so much for joining. You know, and thank you, Leslie, and everyone joining. I really appreciate. So think about it. It sounds easy to just say no, but it is tough, because people are wondering, if I say no, what would they think about me? If I say no, how would they feel? And when you start putting that day instead of how and what is very important to you, you will never win it. You will never win that game. So be clear about what is important to you. Be clear about how you share and relay back the message to whoever is making the requests. And look for ways to help find new solutions. Let's assume your boss is always giving you a very important, like a task that will take a lot of your time, just about the time you were to close, from work. That's when the boss is doing the fire service thing. We need to get this, we need to get this. You can help that boss by becoming proactive. First thing in the morning, you are the one reaching out to say, these are the things we're attending today. Anything else? How can I help you, sir, to make the best out of the day? You begin to think for both you and the boss. Because if you become resentful and you become, the fireman or the firewoman that is always putting out fires, at some point, you're not going to be giving your best. So learn to say no, say it politely, have a list of not to do things, just as you have the list of to do things. Keep, they'll say rinse, lather, repeat. Rinse, lather, repeat. Keep trying. You may not get it very well the first time, but just keep going, and you find out at some point it just becomes second nature. Things that don't serve you or that are not in your view will just hear a polite no. So if you love this video and other videos you've been watching and you want to be part of our inner group for those that want to achieve their goals for this year, there will be a link so that you can click and be part of it. Thank you, and see you tomorrow, 9 p.m. West African time, for another Success Principle. Bye for now.